So, without further ado, I think it's time for some magic. I had all sorts of things planned for today, going, oh, let's talk about this and let's talk about that. But I decided instead, let's talk about a very popular subject, haunted dolls. Yep, haunted doll. You may see or can't miss really these little dolls sitting around my in my office in my little workspace. If we turned it around, you would see hundreds of Barbie dolls as well. Not one of them has ever had a like spirit in they all have the spirit of Barbie, the perfect goddess of all time. Those of you who don't like Barbie, you just don't understand Barbie. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about my beautiful Barbies. I'm talking about my haunted dolls. Haunted dolls are really popular now. Many of you know Belle. She's one way back there right now. I usually have to pull her away because she takes focus, but she's my 105-year-old German doll. She was given to me by this beautiful girl in Belgium who had to give her to me because she made her sick for 3 years. She made her sick. She made her little girl sick. So take that into consideration when everybody wants a haunted doll. Don't get a bad haunted doll. But this girl had seen me on Ghost Adventures, actually the spinoff, Deadly Possessions, doing a seance with Peggy the doll, a much more haunted and much more negative doll who actually given 2 people heart attacks and made 80 documented people sick. So if I could hold hands with Peggy the doll and cut cords between, she figured I could do Belle. So she sent me Belle, which was crazy in itself, the power of a haunted doll. I'd never done a Facebook Live. I did my very first Facebook Live. And now if I do a Facebook Live, if you watch it, oh, I might get a few hundred. Oh, maybe up to 1,000. My opening of Belle, 50,000 views. Well, 49,000. I'm exaggerating. 49,000 views. Wasn't me. Wasn't my audience. It was hers. It was crazy. Opened her up. Yep. Haunted doll. It was dark. But I did not want something that made me sick for 3 years, or my family, or my husband, or my dog, or my cat, or make my hair fall out, which happened to her. Be careful on the haunted doll. So I banished, got rid of the bad spirit, and then this beautiful little girl spirit started to emerge. She's been seen lots of places on videos like this, on television, big television shows, little television shows. She moves, you'll catch her move, you'll catch her expression change all the time. But new in this family is this little girl sitting right next to me. Her name is Cheryl. She's not a haunted doll, or she wasn't a haunted doll, or I'm not sure anymore. She was sent to me by my friend Cheryl, thus the name, who's a beautiful dog costume designer of some films my old dog had did. She thought Belle needed a doll. She thought she might be haunted. She got her as a great place to get these, a secondhand store, a garage sale, a thrift store along the way. And she thought Belle needed a doll. So I've had her for several months now. It's like, no spirit, just doll. Belle has a dolly. I started sitting her here just because she looked kind of cool. The other day when I was actually Zooming on my psychic protection class, all of a sudden she moved. She slid like 6 inches in, just like that. Only I wasn't moving her. No one was in the house. No one moved her. I'm like, I didn't even notice because I'm talking just like this. I get kind of involved when I'm talking into my little camera. Nobody noticed. A couple people said they did notice in the class. There's like 30 people in this Zoom class. Some noticed, didn't say anything. They thought I or somebody moved it. Nope. And then afterward, it was pointed out. So crazy. And then I'm like, is she haunted? Why can't I see? I see spirits. Somebody I know blew it up really big. And they saw a shadow come out of that little witch picture, a shadow come out of my bookcase, pass by her, and the shadow moved the doll. So I think it was a momentary possession of the doll, something that just moved it, like a poltergeist activity or something. So it was pretty cool. I love that. So haunted dolls. Enough about my stories. You guys are buying lots of haunted dolls now. They're fun. They're different. All of you in the paranormal, who doesn't want a little spirit ghost in a nice container? Just be careful when you're doing it. Number one, that it's a good spirit. And number two, be careful of the person on eBay or one of those lists that go haunted doll, and all of a sudden they have 900 haunted dolls for sale, or the same one, or they have this almost too perfect of a story. Sadly, there's a lot of scam artists out there saying it's a haunted doll, and they just picked it up at a thrift store themselves, or a secondhand store or a garage sale. So use your intuition. Those of you who want a haunted doll probably have intuition. check out if it's too good to be true. If it's they're just jacking up the prices of things. And sadly, not all of them are haunted. Check out, just like you do with we're going to a psychic or a medium, check out the seller on these haunted dolls. And since most of you are really intuitive, what if you go find your own? What if you do go to that secondhand store, thrift store, even pawn shops? You can get some nice porcelain ones. Feel them out. Walk around going, wow, this one might have a spirit or a nice spirit to it. So be really careful, again, that you're not scammed along the way. This is spending money that you don't need to spend, or that you get a bad one. That one's even worse. And the other thing I want to talk about haunted dolls, you guys, you're magicians, you're witches, or you're shaman, whatever that is. You have a cool doll, you can invite a spirit into it. What do you think we do with dragons, with all those things? We create spirits all the time. If you have just like we put protection into our kids' teddy bear, we make their Superman superhero something really special for them. What if you have a very special favorite doll and you want to say, like we put our familiar in little skulls sometimes in bowls, so we don't have to bother our cat into little skulls. But so what if you have a favorite little doll of some sort, or maybe a porcelain doll or a gift doll? Invite a spirit, good and light. So you work with it. If you work with spirit guides, you might want to work with spirit guides. You've worked with deities, where you might want to invite your deities. So you really can create your own haunted doll. Remember that. So, and whatever it is, remember, you keep in charge no matter what. You don't let them take over your house. Belle likes to run around. We hear her footsteps. She moves things. Be careful with your animals. They might like them. They may not like them. Same thing with your kids. Get to know your haunted doll, or created or not, just like people you let into house. Same thing with spirits. So magic today, haunted dolls. Get one, make one, create one. Keep them in control, though, no matter what you do. You're in charge. This is our realm of existence. So that's the magic. Thanks for coming to the Witching Hour and our magic moment. Magic's everywhere. You just have to look sometimes.